Everybody, Cowboy here. It is Thursday, it's 8:30 a.m. EST, and we just had some data coming out. So the charts they're moving a little bit. They're just seem to be a little bit wonky. I should be live on X right now, streaming as well. Yeah, it looks like I'm live on X. So let me go ahead and see if I can invite a few people in to come check us out over there. Now, if you happen to be watching on X, do me a favor, head over to YouTube. Let's go ahead and get those algos pumped over on YouTube. That's going to help us out in a big way. I don't know that watching on X is going to help us at all. But in the meantime, I did invite some people from X over, so maybe we might see them. And I'm going to skip the big intro just so you understand, Algo Factory, we help people basically build trading algorithms. We teach you how to trade if you don't know how to trade. And then once you do have that kind of up and running, we teach you, if you wish, it's not necessary, but we teach you how to actually program your trading method. Now, we don't actually teach the coding or anything like that, but we help you design a method that you can pay a coder to program. As a matter of fact, my boy V just hopped on. So he is going to talk a little bit more about that. Hold on just one second. Gorilla.
Hey, where's the
Good morning, sir. Now, you want to hear the tunes?
I need to hear the background porno music. It helps me. It helps set the mood.
That's coming. We're also we're live on X today, so that's good. I went ahead and figured out how to connect us there. It was just a click of a button. Restream makes that easy. I don't know. It looks like here we go. Here's your music. It's all very calm music. Doesn't that just get you relaxed?
Yes. I'm in a percent.
I was doing the intro, barely. Actually, I was gonna jump right into the charts, but I'm gonna do that while you do the intro. So go ahead and do your thing.
All right, listen, guys. You're listening to us right here, free on YouTube. Why listen to us for free when you get the meat, the potatoes, the entire 10-course, forget the 10-course, the entire buffet table over at algofactory.tech. And listen, you need to scan that QR code, join us, because I'm telling you right now, this is one of the most powerful ways for you to make money in 2024. Do not let this slip you by. Algofactory.tech for less than the price of a bottle of water. I mean, I'm serious, guys. $1.66 per day. You can start the process that will change your life. And with that being said, Cowboy, let's get into it.
Sure. We're going right into the charts. So what we've noticed is that with recent activity in the banking system, we got Chairman Powell. Maybe 3 weeks ago, he was saying, "Oh, we're not interested in looking at dropping rates," and then all of a sudden, 2 weeks later, out of nowhere, he does a pivot, at least a verbal pivot, and now he's like, actually, we might have to look at dropping rates." And a lot of people are wondering what happened. And you know what? Here's the thing about it: you can play with yourself. It sounds terrible. And think about the intrigue. And someone's making this happen, and these people are doing that, and you could do all that if you want to. Okay, that's fine. But the reality is, what we're interested in is making money. We don't really care about the system, this, and the bad guys and the good guys. That's not what we do here. You can do that on your spare time. I'm not saying don't do that. But I am saying that traders cannot afford to stick to this narrative and that narrative. Traders are those who make money. Now, personally, like if I'm trading and I'm not going to invest in something that I think is evil, or, like if something harms children, I'm definitely going to stay away from something like that. Okay. So, I'm not amoral. But when it comes to like central bank policy and, they're going to cut rates, raise rates, this guy's bad, this guy's good, this guy's part of the Rothschild, I don't care. I just don't care. I'm here to extract money out of the system, and everything I do is aimed at that. And so what we're going to do right now is we're going to look at the EUR/USD chart briefly. It looks like this thing is hell bound to push up, and all of that central bank talk that just happened last week is really having a strong effect, because the euro against the dollar here. So for those of you who are totally new to trading, and maybe some people on X that are watching, what have you. First of all, we do want people to head over to YouTube or at least Rumble and do the like, subscribe, notification thing helps us out, all the algos, all that. But give us a follow if you're on Twitter or X, whatever it is. Give us some comments, whatever. And by the way, we'll do charting for you. So if you are a trader and you say, hey, I want to know what Bitcoin might do, I want to know what whatever it is you're interested in, we can actually provide some charting and some forecasts. Now, none of what we do here is investment advice. It's just charting. It's just educational. So all of that here said, here we're going to look at the euro versus the dollar. That's what this chart is. So, and it looks to me like we're going to see a kind of a messy cup and handle breakout. We just charted this like yesterday, the day before. But just to give you an idea, I lined out here some of the resistances, some places where price may turn around if it is headed up. But I can tell you right now, this is actually a bit of a fractal. We're looking at a giant cup and handle plus a smaller cup and handle. And yes, cup and handle is a kind of a newbie, young trader thing. It doesn't mean that it does not work. Price tells a story. Okay, so we're going to take a look at the local targets. We're going to take a look at the longer term targets. And we're going to do it right this very moment. So for those, again, who might be new, these spots where price turns around are spots where price might turn around again, right? So price came up here and came down there, right? So what you're looking at is a chart on the daily charts, and each one of these candles is a day's worth of price action. Okay, so price turned around right there, right at this spot here that I just marked out. And if price comes up against a spot like that, it may turn around again. So to try to break above here, there is a lot on the higher time frame stopping it from happening. Doesn't mean we cannot find trades on the lower time frame, right? Say if you're looking at a chart where each one of these candles is 30 minutes, lots of opportunities, even in this little space right here between these pivot points. But in the meantime, I map these pivot points out for future reference so that if you are long, if you are, we'll use the term betting on price going up, you can have an opportunity to kind of control your risk and say, okay, I'm going to exit my trade here because there's a decent chance the price might turn around based on prior pivot points, right? So that's called structure, market structure. Okay. So all of that to say, all right, let's take a look at what we call this cup and handle pattern, and we're going to do it on a higher time frame. And again, these are easy to recognize patterns. Nothing always works in trading, right? So you're going to have a percentage of things that kind of play out in a predictable way. And in order to know what that percentage is, you're going to have to do some testing, and we teach you how to do that testing, right? So that's a whole different conversation. For now, though, we do know that there is a statistical probability of this pattern playing out. So we're just going to go ahead and demonstrate the pattern itself and demonstrate how we take a look at the targets and worry about the stats later. All right, so this is the cup. Und this is the handle, and it looks like the handle is still forming, so it's not quite formed yet, right? And in order to qualify this, I have to know that this handle is less than 50% of the cup, and it is. I can just eyeball it and tell you that, but we have measurement tools. You can use like a GAN box, if you will, just measure this whole cup right here, and you can see that 50% mark is below the handle. So for me, now, some people like to see a third, some people like to see 50%. We have all the abilities to measure those. For me, this is fine. Now, the way I would look at targets is going to be based on a Fibonacci extension. So I will go ahead, I'm going to start at the apex, go down to the top of the cup, and then back down to the apex. And you'll see these lines up here, this 1272, 1618. Those are areas where price may want to go. But if you remembered, right, we had these other pivot points that happened before that. So my targets would probably front run all these pivot points. So if I were to actually go long, I would wait for the breakout above the top of this cup. Really would be this second one here. I don't like that I don't like that there's this pivot point right here, but I might risk it anyway because it's a little further back. I know some guys that wouldn't. That's fine. You got to do your testing and determine what's good for you. But I look for a breakout, maybe a pullback, maybe not. And then I would have a trade that looks kind of like this. And I would take profit maybe before this first pivot point, I'd front run that because probably everybody else is looking at that, and same right here. And that's how I would design this trade and get rid of these lines to stop confusing people. So, front run the fib extensions, front run those pivot points, and then you have this. And then my stop loss probably would be a little bit tighter. It depends. It depends on a few things. There's ways to kind of design your stop loss automatically using some measurement tools that we have. Or you could look for some structure to form. So say price goes ahead and it breaks out. Maybe there's like a slight pullback and then it goes up. Well, that pivot point right there that just got created is another place that might hold. So I could design my stop loss based on that. That's a possibility. And a trade that looks like this, I mean, that's pretty healthy. That's 3-1. So basically you're putting in, let's just say you're risking $100. So you're risking $100. You would, if the trade went to fruition and if you only took profit at the top, you would make 3,000. So I probably would take some profit along the way and end up making 2,500. I'm sorry, 200, 250, right? So like, risking $100 to make maybe 300, maybe 250, or risking 1,000 to make 2,500 or 3,000, whatever your number is, right? And we have traders of all levels. We got traders that are risking pretty big amounts. We got traders who are just risking very small amounts, and it doesn't matter. Whatever your number is your number, right? When you have a viable system, then you will be able to make money. Now, the only way you're going to get a viable system is by looking at these scenarios, these cups and handles, or like we actually have far more complex algorithms that look like that right there, or maybe a little bit more simple for most people. And we teach you how to build those, and then you can test them, and then you can know to a statistical degree of probability how well these will work for you. So let me take a brief look at the contents. We got Entertain Me HQ. Hey, thanks for coming over, man. I appreciate that. Over on YouTube, giving us a shout out. What's up? And let me take a look in our private group. We have a private Telegram group, right? Now, just in case you are new to this whole thing, we will do 30 minutes every weekday from 8:30 a.m. to 9 a.m., right? So we kind of go through just before the market open. We take a look, we see if there are any opportunities that we can set up, either take the trade then or look at the market open or whatever, what have you. And then after that 30 minutes, we flip over to our private group. And then our private group, we get into much more detail. One of the things we'll do is we'll actually go through people's algos and see if we can help them refine their algo. Perhaps they're in the middle of testing it. Perhaps they're just still trying to develop it and try to maximize that. And so that's just some of the things we do. Now, every Thursday, my boy V the Gorilla, not every Thursday, but especially not right now, and everything's kind of ending for the year. But I'd say 3 to 5 times a month. What we'll have is the Gorilla come in with what we call drips. And those of you who know V the Gorilla over at Rogue News, that's roguenews.com, V actually is, V, tell us a little bit about your background as a precious metals and, why you know the things you know.
I was my prior work experience. I was a fry cook at McDonald's. And,
Exactly.
And then I was an expert at tying balloons for children's parties. I worked as a clown.
Right.
I then hit my head and was able to predict markets and trends before it even happens. And that's how I'm here. I'm just another internet talking head. I have no work experience. I'm kidding on all of those trends.
Yeah.
A little bit about myself. Where do I begin? Right. I cut my teeth in strategic metals, rare earth minerals, and from there, So I've been in the commodity brokering space since about 2004, 2003, 2004. I was working in rare earth strategic metals. And around 2010, I did work as a commercial banker for the Royal Bank of Scotland's North American division. And I was working with medium and large scale corporations, creating business strategy, banking, debt and credit market allocations. And then right after that, I was working for the City of London member bank. I was working for not City of London, but the London Bullion Market Association member in around, I think, 2011, 2012, dealing with procurement and logistics. That's where I worked in global asset allocations, jurisdictional banking, international currencies, international metals trading. And then in 2016, we had a lot of other clients, and I deal with sovereigns, I deal with institutions, I mean, I deal with a lot of, high-end, top-level clients. And then around 2016, I started getting a lot of those, institutional clients and whatnot started asking me about Bitcoin. I'm like, Bitcoin, what the hell is this scam?
Yeah.
Did some research into blockchain and found out that blockchain technology is probably the most powerful invention since the advent of fire. Okay, in terms of like economically speaking, it's very powerful. And I got involved in crypto and quickly got onto the institutional side of things. Right now, institutionally speaking, on both ends, I stand as an expert on the metal side as well as the crypto side. I'm like, look, there's few people on this planet, right? There's few people on this planet. If somebody were to come up, to you and say, hey, find me somebody who can do 2 billion or 3 billion with a B or 5 billion with a B dollar deal when it comes to either metals or cryptos, I am one of the handful of people on this planet that actually could deliver that order. And that is no bullshit. That is straight fact. And so a lot of these guys on these, like for instance, on the crypto side, we're on the liquidity provision market making side. So we supply to, my institutional partner in this regard supplies to 175 institutions in 45 different countries. So a lot of your Huobi's, your Gemini's, your Coinbases, your Krakens, all these exchanges in the United States and throughout the world, they purchase from the institutional network that I'm an affiliate and a partner of. So that gives you a scale of scope of what the hell's happening. So when Grayscale was making a $415 million purchase about 3 years ago for their Bitcoin fund, right, GBTC, I was privy to that deal. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of things that happen. So I see the institutional buying and selling that's happening in crypto. That's why, so that's what I bring here. The metals of the crypto side, and then the geostrategic side where, look, I'll tell you straight up what's going to happen in the world years before it happens to prep for it. So in other words, you will profit, as an individual from being here in Algo Factory. That's the thing. Nobody else fucking does that. You understand what I'm saying? You can go to Jimmy Joe's, trading school of hard knocks, and you learn how to trade, and all you're doing is looking at the forest through the trees. I show you the entire fucking jungle. Nobody does that. Nobody does that. If I'm plotting out a jungle for you, the details, Cowboy gives you all the details. And between the two of us, it's a 1-2 punch. You can't fail. When you got somebody who's 80% right 80% of the time, and you have the best technical traders that I know, and I've been around top traders for many, many years, okay? You can't lose. And this is the weapon that Algo Factory is. We teach you not only just trade, anybody can teach how to fucking trade. You can learn for free on YouTube if you have the time, right? But you might not be good at it. You might not learn all of it, number one. And number two, here's something that they'll never teach you. We teach you how to build the algorithms that trade on your behalf 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Nobody does that. Only ones that do it. And that's why you need to be here. For less than a price of a bottle of water. That's why you need to be here. Cowboy.
Yeah, you get a lot of people. I taught myself how to trade like on YouTube, right? And then I was lacking a certain aspect. I was lacking the psychological side. And you kind of undervalue that when you're new. Like, oh, all I need to know is how to trade. All I need to know is to enter here, exit there. But what people never tell you, unless you seek it out, is the fact that if you do not have the psychological aspect of trading down, you will lose. Like, I don't know anybody who has not lost, who doesn't have that, right? So people undervalue that. So trading is a holistic thing. You got to have the psychological aspect down. You have to know how to handle it like a business. Even if you have your psychological aspect down, if you don't understand how to handle trading like a business, it's really easy to lose all your money. And disclaimer, even if you have all these things figured out, you could still lose money. But what we do is we show you how I personally, I conserve my capital. I trade smart. I do a lot of things that will prevent me from losing all the money, right? Like there's money management, there's a lot of things, and it's all in the course over at www.algofactory.tech. Top left hand of the screen, there's QR code. You can zap that or simply go to the website you see floating across the bottom there on the ticker. right? So all that stuff I showed you, cup and handle, this and that and the other, that's like child's play. Right now, it's valuable because you can use that as part of your analysis, but I don't even need that. And we're going to go back to the charts here actually pretty shortly. But the thing to understand is that trading's not get rich quick, right? Anybody say, "Oh, you learn to trade, follow my system." Here's the problem with that: it's not your system, right? And the biggest secret that I've gotten, there's a video of it on YouTube, and any of the YouTubes you watch connect to the video. It's called Cowboy's Biggest Trading Secret, right? And the secret is that you got to build your own system for the most part. Now, you got a few people out there who can take somebody else's system and run with it. I'm not saying you can't do that, but the probability is much, much lower than if you actually build your own system. You know it inside and out. You can feel the market. It's a whole another game once you've gone that deep. And so what we do here is we teach you how to actually really become one with the market, build your own system that's got your own personality imbued upon it. And that way you can trade with confidence. That's a humongous secret. I just gave you the whole secret. The whole secret I just gave you right now. You know what? You don't need us anymore. You have the secret. Hang up. Don't watch this anymore. No, I'm just kidding. In order to flesh that out, in order to have the bones, flesh it out, understand how to build it, that's where we come in, right? So again, come to our website, check us out. Let me go ahead and go back to the charts, and we'll take a quick look at lower time frame. And then we'll run over to Bitcoin and see what's going on with it. Because the dollar took a pounding last night. I took a short and I actually got merked out of it because
for dollar took a pounding. I mean, how did Bitcoin do?
Well, yeah, I'd imagine Bitcoin did well. We're gonna get to that. Let me jump down to low time frame on this cup and handle and just show how there's a second cup handle. We're not going to get too deep into this cup handle because there's a lot to look at right now in the market. So we're just going to kind of take a brief look. So now we're zoomed in, right? Each one of these candles is a half hour. You see the giant handle right here? Well, watch this. You got another cup and handle to play. It hasn't quite formed yet, but actually it has formed. Formed and broke out this morning. All right, so check it out. Let's see here. And these are just like the games that you play when you're trading. You know, you look at these. This is pattern trading. It's old school. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. Works great. And I use it as another part of my analysis. So there's a new cup. And here's your handle. Now, I think this handle might go below 50%. This won't qualify. See, look here. There's your handle. I think that's going to be too deep if I were to actually measure that. So let me delete the giant handle here. Giant cup, delete all this gobbledygook, make it a little easier to see. That's gonna be too deep. So I'll use a GAN box to measure it, but GAN box. So here's our cup, right? Handle goes past 50%. So ignore that. We'll go look at Bitcoin. All right, cool. See, all I had to do was go on there, look at it, measure it, and say, don't worry about it. Just the same, we might see price breakout. And when price breaks right above this high point right there, for me, that's game on. Like, I think we'll have some opportunity. And on a low time frame, I can make money, like on the 5-minute chart, because I'm a day trader. I can make money between here and there easily. Price comes down a little bit, I can take a long. Lots of opportunity all day long. I scalp, dude. Like, I scalp hard. So let's roll to Bitcoin just to see what that's doing. Scalping, for the new people, is kind of just it's like taking small trades. Well, it looks like I made a prediction last night that is coming true. This was yesterday during the show. This right here. See how I did that during the show? Like that you can go to on Twitter in particular, on X. I did a video post where I drew this. It's like a 5-minute video where I drew this line right here. So there's proof right on X that I predicted this. Okay, so go check it out and follow me on X, please. And you'll see that I predicted this yesterday, right? So now, is it going to continue along this line? There's a decent chance, but what I did was I used liquidity to kind of see where price might go. And I do that over on the kingfisher.io, which we're going to hit right now. We got about 5 minutes left, so this will be the end of the private show. So again, while you're just watching this, zap that QR code, top left side of the screen, do the like, subscribe, notification bell on YouTube, do all that stuff, please, for me, as I spin it to win it to try to grab some tickets for liquidity. Oh, come on, Niall. Let's see what we got. That was my southern, come on now. Come on, Niall. Could sound like some, Squidbillies or something. All right. Okay, so no luck there. I'm going to get a Bitcoin liquidity map. And as I do that, we're going to see, actually, there's a fair amount of liquidity up at 50,000, but there's not a lot below that. The liquidity that was there in that, So the liquidity has changed. So when you draw liquidity maps, understand that these are not static. These can actually change. And this 48,000, that disappeared. That was gone. So let's take another look right here, at least on Binance. And I'm pretty sure that's going to be the case. Like on the other exchanges, we'll look at, say, I don't know, BitMEX should be okay to look at. Okay, while that's thinking and taking a fair amount of time to do it, we'll go over here. So I did think price would hit right here and grab liquidity and consolidate and go above. And if you look back on a higher time frame, we'll see that there is, I think that line above is going to be an old pivot point. So there's always going to be that structural concern. Yeah, that's old. That goes back to like the prior run. So as old as this is, let me show you where that pivot point is. Go to the weekly chart here. See that? Oh, hello. This pivot point right here, that is this line that was crossing right above our chart way back in March of 22, right? But that matters. That's a high time frame situation. So price could easily reject at that. But Bitcoin is a beast that I know all too. I have not traded anything more than I've traded Bitcoin. So it does look like we're going to possibly see a push right through that, even if there is no liquidity there. We could reject at 48, but if we go above 48, I think we're going to go as high as like 52 because there's still liquidity up there.
Is the ticket on that. We break 48. Some of us institutional guys are looking at 53.
Yeah, it might, and if it's going to go 53, I would venture to guess on this liquidity map, it might even break up to 54 because look here. You got a lot of people that have gone long, right? So I'm going to tell you right now, if the charts favor a move down, then we can expect actually
there's going to be I'll tell you right now, this week I had one of my institutional clients place an 8-figure order with me for BTC, bro. That's a huge freaking order.
Yeah, he's not going to wait for a pullback, huh?
He's not. He's just going to buy. He's like, I'm just going to buy what supplies there. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, okay.
I'm thinking there's a pullback.
We're thinking there's going to be a pullback at some point. It might not happen right away. We're going to look back at Bitcoin, but what is this? You just told me to put this. You just told me to post this, V.
Yeah, before we leave, it's a great.
Can you hear the volume?
Analogy. Yeah, I could hear.
Hold on a minute. This is like. This is X live. You just told me to post our live.
No, I did.
Yeah, you posted. Enron chairman. This is X. Oh, you know why? It's because I'm on my own X. You're gonna have to post it. So I'm gonna stop sharing and you post it. But let me just round out Bitcoin here. We could take a little extra time. It's fine. So let's see here. Because I'm live on X, it's gonna go to my live. That's why we just had that situation. If the charts end up moving down, okay, if the charts end up like favoring a move down, the price might drop down to 43,000. But as it stands right now, let me take a quick look at the high time frame algos. I get the feeling we're gonna like the algos are gonna say up, but we're gonna take a look right now. Don't let this screen intimidate you, people. I look at, I've been doing this a long time. This is like a complex thing. I can look at this and not have a problem. But I could tell, so don't worry about that. Your algo does not have to be this complex. And by the way, my algo is not this complex. I just have all this stuff up because I'm testing a lot of different things. So, algos don't have to look like all these, lines and gobbledygook. It's not like that. But I can tell you right now, chart wise, I mean, price could pull back, but it doesn't look like it wants
to. The link I sent you, man, it's supposed to open up a...
No, I know. It's cool. I know it's not a problem. I'm going to have you open it and I'll explain to you later why it didn't work.
That's fine. Not a problem.
So, but what I'm telling you now on Bitcoin is that it's just bullish. Like, I don't see any reason for any substantial pullback right now. Now, here's the thing about Bitcoin is that it will knock its head. It will get a monkey hammer very often. Like, it'll go up higher than you think it's going to go. And then, so everybody like just keeps buying. And then those who go short, they end up getting wrecked. That happens with Bitcoin very often. So if you think it's going to go to 48, there's a good chance it goes to 53. That's just very, very common with Bitcoin. I think, to look at the prior pattern right now would be a sucker's rally. That's usually how that goes, but it doesn't, there's only been 3 halvings before. So we don't have a whole lot of data points to be like, hey, this always happens. Well, it's not that it always happens. It's just that it's happened so far this couple of times. So could it be that the bull market starts early? We never see a pullback? Well, okay, it could. It's not likely, but it could. Now, those of us like the Grill and I, we're positioned to win no matter what because we have long-term investments and such things. And then, of course, we trade the moves. So if it's going up, I'll trade it up. If it's going down, I'll go short. I'll make the money no matter what. But in the meantime, it right now looks like it will mob up to at least 48 and quite possibly up past 52. It can happen. Very, very possible. So, the monkey hammer is going to come when it comes. So if the rest of the market, I can tell you right now, if the financial markets, like, the traditional finance, stocks, equities, if all that goes down, then Bitcoin should go down along with it. So we're going to see what happens as the Santa rally ends and whether or not Bitcoin can withstand such a thing. So for the meantime, I'm going to stop sharing. The Gorilla has a video that we will share. And did you share audio with that?
I believe so. Audio doesn't matter. It's the picture that I want you guys to see.
I'm looking at the crab.
This is what you need to be doing as you enter 2016, right? I'm sorry, 2000. That's it.
Wow.
2016.
Wow. You got a time machine? We're all going to be, bro. We go back to 2016. We're going to be freaking rich, dude.
Yo, I would love that right now. I would love.
Oh my god, I would give my left. You know what to get back to 2016.
Same,
bro.
Same. Oh my god, the world before the liberals fucking ruined it.
Ruined it.
So anyway. Look at this. You got to be like this crab, right? It's like you got to make the best of every situation. 2024 is going to be brutal, right? But if you do this is what you're going to be doing, my friend. This is you. This is 2024, and you are eating. Okay,
that's right.
While you got to make the best while you're being boiled. If you're going to go out in style. If you're going to go out making money. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to go out living the lifestyle that you deserve, okay? Because if the world is boiling around you, my friend, you got to be able to look for the opportunities with the time you have left, right? You got to be able to be as I don't give a what about what's happening around me. I'm going to be here. I'm going to be like this crab. I might be boiling in the bucket. I might have 3 minutes left, but during that time, I'm going to live my best life. This crab is an inspiration to me, cowboy.
Yeah, I love it. I'll tell you right now. Here's the thing: that stove could turn off. That crab could end up okay.
He could exactly. At the end of the day, he could either panic, "Oh, we're all going to die! It's coming down to," and he could jump into the boiling water and be killed, or he's going to be like, you know what? It's a little hot. My shell's turning a little red. You want to know something? I'm gonna sit on this oyster. All right, I'm gonna stand on this oyster, and I'm gonna enjoy eating some other crabs.
That's right.
I'm gonna enjoy this whatever he's eating. Bread.
It looks like bread.
I think it looks like bread. Yeah, I'm gonna eat this bread and chill. In other words, I'm gonna make bread, guys. I'm gonna make bread.
Life gives you lemons. Make bread. I don't know what the hell that means.
Make money. Make money. Life gives you lemons. If life gives you lemons and limes, make a freaking mojito and enjoy it, man.
Damn straight.
That's what you got to do. This crab is an inspiration. People ask me, what is Algo Factory? I tell them this. Picture Somalia, 1993, Black Hawk Down. Okay, you all know the image, right? And picture the camera zooming in. There is chaos. There is fires. There's people running all around screaming. That's the world. And as the camera zooms in closer and closer, you see this image of this skinny Somalian child with flies all over his face. And he's got a big belly because he hasn't eaten in 30, 40 days, right? But everything's okay. You know why it's okay? Because that starving child with the flies on his face, with a bloated belly because he hasn't eaten, has an AK-47. Algo Factory is that AK-47, my friends.
Yeah, that's right.
You got us, you will eat. No matter what's happening in 2024, no matter if your world's falling apart, it's nuclear war outside, whatever, you're going to profit, my friend. You're going to be that crab. Be the crab. And cowboy, let's go private.
All right.